Hi there, my name's Andy Young. I'm one of the automotive lecturers down at Unitech in Auckland, New Zealand, and welcome to my Andy Mechanic YouTube channel. Now, this is the third episode on the rebuild of the top end of the engine on the TDR250. That one was made in 1988. Golly. Okay, so on the previous video, I went through how to install and to fit all the seals and stuff on the power valves, and that's all done. And on the first video we've basically built up the pistons, piston rings onto pistons and put them onto the conrods, check the ring gap and all that kind of stuff, make sure the big ends are all good. And now, this being the third episode, I'm going to show you how to install each of the two cylinders onto the crankcases the correct way, and I'll include for you, free of charge, all the relevant specifications and torque settings just so you can do it properly. Right, here we go. Jeez. Here we go. Now, the first job is to make sure we've got plenty of lubricant on those big end bearings. I'm just going to drop some of that down there. Oh, that's pretty good. I'll spin it round and do the other side. So you should dribble it down the mains as well. There we go. A bit more. Cool, yeah. There we go. Right, one last white round before we drop the new gaskets on. This might need a very extensive test ride then.
Yeah, I'll do that.
By a professional.
Yeah, like I said, I'll do that.
No, it's really important that the person that builds the bike up does the test ride, because they can diagnose various...
You only have to ride that once it kills me.
Well, I am next in line for ownership, I agree. That's definitely going to happen.
It kills me, yeah.
It'll be, it's going to be a weird kind of emotional day, is that, isn't it? If you die before me, it's going to be like, oh, Ben's dead. Oh, my God, his bike. Oh, Ben's dead. Oh, my God, his bike. Oh, Ben's dead. I have to cut that out, won't I?
Nah.
I might get complaints for that.
Nah, you're fine. Not if anybody knows what the like is.
Yes, I might actually agree. TDR250, that's worth being callous. Yeah. Right, said Fred. Gasket time. Okay. Now these gaskets should be kept dry. You don't want to get any oil on them. That's one. And number two. Sorted. Right, we're almost ready to put the barrels on. So before we start, you're going to have to just cover the inside of the barrels, inside of the bore, with more two-stroke oil. Just to lube the whole thing up and hopefully give us the best chance of getting that piston in nice and smoothly. There we go. Right, over to the bike again. Right, Ben, the barrel's yours. Right, you're going to have to go up very slightly at the front until you can see the bottom ring. Then I can rotate the bottom ring because there's no force on it.
Right, you're lined up with the pin. I can see the pin.
Cool. Hold it there. You're in. Right, there you go. You enjoy that. Right, second barrel. You ready, Ben?
Yep.
Okay, so we're all lined up with the dowels. Let's try and get that through there. Right, can you just hover around with that for a minute?
Yep.
Let's see if we can get these lined up. Oh, hang on, up, please. Right, now down. Right, okay, hold it there. Because this ring's migrated around now, hasn't it? Okay. Now, at the moment you're resting on that. Oh no, you're okay, you're alright. It just jumped out. Perfect. Okay, so that's now lined up. This is the tricky one. Okay, right, bring it down.
What we catching
Let go. Nothing. Good. There you go. So that's what the ring should look like. Neatly tucked away. And then just bring that down into position there, look. It's a bit of a juggling act, but we did it. Cool. Okay, just time now for the nuts to go on these studs that hold the barrels in place.
Can actually get into this better.
Pretty amazing we haven't got one done. I remember having to chip out all the mud, Ben, to get to them last time when we stripped it down.
No, it got road on gravel. Lots. Like a hooligan.
Like a hoonigan. Oh, there's some more mud, look. Excellent.
Oh, it's not called the ultimate jewel for nothing. Just rode it on tarmac, it'd be a pansy.
Okay, so these should be 28 Newton meters, but you've got to bring them down so that the barrel stays parallel to the crankcase. So you've got to sort of tighten them up gradually in a crisscross fashion. So obviously we can't get a torque wrench, or I can't get my torque wrench onto that one. I can this one, and I can the back one, but the two front ones are going to be impossible. So I'm going to have to just wing it, I think, which is what you guys will have to do as well, I think. Okay, so we're just going to focus on one barrel at a time, and we're just going to bring these down gradually. And can you get me a ratchet, Ben, with an extension bar and a 12mm socket on it?
Long extension or short?
Oh, I need about 5 inches. Yep. So just do them in a crisscross pattern. And 28 Newton meters really isn't that much, to be honest. It's alright, I'll use the torque wrench now, it's alright. Okay, so we'll start with the ones we can get to. 28 Newton meters. So I'm not going to completely tweak that. Let's give this one a bit more. There we go. There we go, 28 Newton meters. And span length on there. Okay. Okay, we're going to use the arm chrometer. Click. Now the opposite corner. Click. Cool. Okay, that's the left-hand barrel all torqued down. Okay, so same again, we're just going to bring these down just very gently and evenly, hopefully. Trying to keep those two machine surfaces parallel. Wait for it, there we go. 28. Right, opposite corner. Arm chrometer. Wait for the click then. Click. Cool. Right, last one. Click. Done. Woohoo. There you go, Ben. Look at that. What's the red line on this thing?
10 grand.
10,000 up and downs every minute. It's pretty quick, isn't it? Right. Fun over. Ta-da! Right, TDR250. The barrels are now in situ. And yes, you're going to have immense amounts of fun keeping those piston rings in line with those dowels. I always have lots of fun doing it, and it's only fair for you to have lots of fun too. And to do it on my own, I think would have been futile. Great job to actually have Ben here helping me out fixing his motorbike. Digging the ribs. Okay. So the only torque setting that there is on this video is the base nuts that retain those barrels onto the crankcase, and that's 28 Newton meters. But it does say quite critically in the workshop manual to tighten them up evenly. You know, bring that barrel down so that the machine surface remains parallel to the machine surface of the crankcase. That's really, really important. So just take your time in doing it. And yes, just like me, you're probably not going to be able to set the torque on, was it the front two bolts? I think it was, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, on the front two bolts, there's just no access for a torque wrench. So unless you've got one of those crow's feet to fit your torque wrench, the 12mm, but even then it changes the torque because it's further away, so you've got some calculations to do. Just do what I did. Arm chrometer. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this particular video. If you've got any questions or comments, then please do add them below, and I promise, as soon as I get the notification, I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can with some kind of an answer. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, then it'd be great to have you on board. Click the subscribe button. Why not also click the little gear symbol and turn on notifications, and that way, whenever I upload any new videos, you're one of the first to find out. Okay, well, you've been watching the Andy Mechanic YouTube channel. Cheers, crew. Over and out.